My attendant was with me in the Dominion before I primed. She would have watched the battle unfold and witnessed its outcome. I trust you'll be waiting for me in Tabor, where I can finally introduce you.
Did you see that?
It seems the hideaway's lost
blasted
its...
Here, you put me in this situation, Clive. You can bloody well get me out.
Are you sure it's me you're looking for?
I'm all the cook will be needing. Thank you very much. What I want from you remember Ivan's stew, right? So I thought I'd try making one of these supposed masterpieces myself. Had a peek at the book and gave it a go, but, well...
It wasn't as straightforward as you'd hoped. Ivan had the same problem.
Yeah, but this is my blimmin' kitchen, and I will not be outdone. So if you don't want to be seen as playing favourites, I suggest you lend me a hand.
I've never been one to play favourites, Molly. And I would be only too happy to lend you a hand. So, what's on the menu this time?
A fried mortress recipe, only...
Ivan said that...
Wow, kindly old fella who...
Fine. And if he does...
You do that. Lest we forget, you've got a reputation to uphold.
Is a storm coming, Sid? Will there be...
Sid, perhaps you can help me.
I can certainly try.
It's not who, but what. I borrowed them to teach the little ones about weight, and shortly after, my first thought was that they'd take, which almost certainly means they had everything.
Perhaps a visit from Sid will jog their memories.
I don't like to imagine that my pupils would lie to me. They were in the atrium when I last saw them.
Lawsman Harpocrates. I've come to pick your brain if you don't mind. It's about the book you lent Ivan.
Ah, Valisthea, A Culinary Pilgrimage, a classic. One of my favorites, in fact. The young man did a wonderful job with the Chance's stew. I do hope we shall be able to sample more such marvels.
That's actually why I'm here. I don't suppose you know where I might...
Ah, so the fabled Sanbrequois delicacy is next on the menu. Delightful. The descriptions of fried mortress never... Now, Skyworm is a somewhat antiquated name.
Dragon livers.
One would have thought the disciples of Bahamut would have a touch more reverence for their icon's brethren. I believe the specific dragon the recipe demands is the blueback wyvern, said to be the very...
So we know where to look for our liver.
Saint's bonnet in contemporary parlance. A herb which I gather that one can locate the cheerful yellow flowers by their heady scent alone. So I'm sure you'll have... I may add that people once believed game was best served with the flora that sustained it in life, in which regard fried mortress of Skyworm is undoubted.
Meaning that if I find one...
Best of luck, and...
Seems the hideaway is lost.
So what do I owe the honor?
So, what'll it be?
And?
What am I...
Is everything all right? You seem more...
Oh, I don't know what that means. Oh, I think Nan might be in...
It's all right.
Folk are saying she's been selling to bandits and cutthroats and that. I mean, she'd never do business with baddies. Especially not the kind... I wanted to ask her about it myself, but she'd never give your tongue a...
Don't worry.
Oh, you'll let me know?
Of course.
I heard the Emperor was impaled on his...
We're all gonna die! You hear me?
What do you reckon we should do? I say we should just...
Sid!
Hard at your studies, I see. And what is that? It's not a set of scales, is it?
No. Of course it isn't.
Well,
And just how long has it?
But we didn't break them.
just like Miss Mididol.
Miss Mididol?
Because that's the only way.
Miss Mididol said.
Well, then your work is already half...
The taking apart was easy enough, but...
Speak for yourself. The heavy thing...
You three need to learn to take response. Let's have a look at these parts with fresh eyes, shall we? All right. Everything here was once part. Every piece has its own role to play. And each is just as... If even one of them is missing, the scales won't work. You already know one of the pieces. The body. Its role is to support everything else. This is called the arm. Why do you suppose that is? It doesn't look much like an arm.
You're right. It looks more like a wing. Like a chocobo wing.
You've ridden a chocobo before, haven't you, Sid? Well, you...
I'll think about it.
Hold things. So wait.
Good thinking. These round parts are called the pans.
I do. Molly uses them in the kitchens. But these aren't for frying bangers, you idiot. But what if I wanted to weigh goots?
What are the chains for?
Well spotted. Which means something must hold the chains up in turn. This tiny piece is what's called a cogwheel, or gear.
I have. Miss Mididol's dungeon is full of them.
She puts them in all her inventions.
That's right. They're very useful when you want to make things move.
I remember the arm moved when I tried weighing an apple.
Not my fault. You shouldn't have tried weighing it.
You know what part's supposed to move, and so let's put the pieces together first.
Not a bad idea. So, now that we've taken stock of the parts, and
I think we've got it.
then here's what we'll do. You tell me what goes where.
Well, obviously you need to start with the body. All the other pieces fit onto it, don't they?
And the arms go on the body, just like real arms. And then the arms hold the pans by the chains.
Very good. Ah, all finished.
Yes! We did it!
Well, with Sid's help.
Oh, I just put the pieces together. It was you three.
That's right. We're Miss...
Her hair.
Yeah. Hair's for the future.
What do you think, Sid?
With a little more help from Miss Mididol and Miss Shut.
You hear that?
Until then, though.
Hey, look!
You don't think Sid forgot about it?
We're all gonna die! You hear me?
I heard the Emperor was impaled on his...
Lady Karen,
Not nearly.
you're doing good
What exact? Not once in 5 long years do you pay my affairs half a care.
Just... all right.
Are you?
All I know is that someone in Dalamil has been...
And what? You believe it? Look, I've done things I'm not proud of, but that woman is no more.
You're right, Lady Karen. It was wrong of me to doubt.
No. I reckon you've got better things to...
Of course. I spoke that the rumors were unfounded, and that I was, along with some other things. And while it sounds like she may have done things she regret...
Oh, well, that's good. I knew Nan wasn't caught. But why would people say she was?
No, but people do things for all sorts of...
Well, that trader, he said they were all talking about, so that's where I'm going. I'll find...
Are you sure that's wise?
Oh, but that's what...
Seems the hideaway is...
Is a storm coming, Sid? What?
Well, did you solve the mystery?
It was as you thought. The children had the scales, or the parts of them at least. They dismantled them to see how they worked.
Oh, no, Mid will have my head.
Thankfully she won't, although I was the one who ended up...
I'm so sorry, Sid. I shall see that the children are...
Please, there's no need. Mid seems to have taken the 3 of them under her wing. She'd have them follow in her footsteps.
I see. Sid, do you know why Mid has been spending so much time...
She told me it was because her studies have been interrupted by events in Canva.
No, it isn't. The university offered her a commission. In exchange for full tuition, room and board. To anyone else it would be an opportunity. But to Mid, who lost... But that should come as no surprise. She's only ever cared about bringing...
Which explains her... She's working to give them a better life.
Ah, you've given them far more than that.
How may I help you today, Clive? Your benefactors are a generous lot. All done?
Will never see the sun again.
Did you see the pair that got hauled into tides? Rutherford. Where would he be in Martha's?
It's like a dream. The four of us out walking like we used to.
Enjoying this, are you? Gav and the others could be in danger as we speak.
You're right. I'm sorry. Yote is a fine scout. If Canville was attacked, she will already have begun gathering information.
Tabor isn't far. We should pick up the pace.
Use the ruins to cross the ravine.
Assuming they will allow it, the Echoes have a will of their own.
Ugh.
Tell us about Yote, Joshua.
She's strong-willed, loyal, and deadly with a... Much like Clive, but with better manners.
Yeah! Be safe. Go for it! Get him!
You're injured. What happened here? Where are your comrades?
Ether flood. Up ahead. It swallowed our camp while we slept. My own men did this. Turned. Every last one of them. There's a village not far from here. Tabor. The people were kind to us. It's only a matter of time before they won't stand a chance. We can't let those monsters reach the...
I'll go. You catch your breath.
Forgive me, Lord Kuka.
Rest well, soldier. You said the encampment was close. Let's hope the Akashic are still there.
Another ether flood. They're everywhere now.
We can't go round it.
Then we'll just have to be careful.
Good. I think we got here in time.
Is someone there? Please, I can't.
beg!
That doesn't sound like an Akashic. You're with the battalion?
I am.
Taken care of. One of your brothers...
Another survivor.
His wound...
He was right to send you. Though Tabor is safe thanks to you. Here. You seem familiar.
You must have me confused.
Wait. That scar. Son of a whore.
You're Sid. I was there, in Cosnis, when you killed my brothers. I was there in Rosalith, when you killed my commander!
My war with Hugo Kupka is over. I bear no ill will toward those who followed him.
And what of my ill will? Coward! Draw your steel. Lord Kupka shall be avenged!
When your wounds have healed and your head has cooled, come and find me if you must. Though I hazard your life would be better spent in service of those who need it. Or have you forgotten your oath to the Republic?
My oath? What would you know of oaths?
I know how hard they are to keep. Which is why I'm giving you the chance to keep yours.
No. I won't be deceived. Lord Kupka told us of your crimes. You are an outlaw. A murderer, not some...
Man. Like you or anyone else.
I am nothing like you. But if you're not gonna kill me, then go. Leave! Just know that I will find you, Sid. Someday.
We're nearly there.
Have you been to Tabor before?
There are a few places I haven't.
Where now, Joshua?
There is a residence just inside the city gates. She awaits us within.
Are you buying or selling? Come again.
My Lord Marquis, it is an honor. I am Yote, Knight of the Undying, charged with the protection of His Grace Joshua Rosfield, Keeper of the Flame of the Phoenix.
Of course. It all makes sense now.
Would you care to elaborate?
The Undying are loyal servants to the ducal throne. Or more specifically, to its heir. They have served our family for generations, albeit from the shadows.
Since their inception, they have been tasked with the preservation and enactment of the rites of ancestral communion. After the events at Phoenix Gate, it was the Undying who delivered me to safety. And since the day I left Rosaria, Yote has been my constant companion and protector. Without her sword, I would not have survived my journey across the realm.
Rise, Lady Yote. You saved my brother. I owe you a debt I can never repay.
I but did my duty.
Come now. Tell us what you've discovered.
Your Grace. It is as you feared. The vessel we spied off the coast of the Crystalline Dominion on the night of her fall. It was the Einherjar. Beyond any doubt.
The Black Galleon.
Joshua, the Einherjar is the Royalists' flagship. What business would they have in the Dominion?
Upon learning of Waloed's involvement in recent events at Drake's Fang, I sensed the malign influence of Ultima, and bid Yote and the Undying look into the matter.
We have reason to believe that the Black Galleon weighed anchor shortly after the fighting began, and set a course due south.
For Canva. Then it is Waloed knights who besiege the cities.
What is left of them, yes. And the Black Galleon sails at but one man's behest. Barnabas Tharm.
But are we truly safe here in the Agora?
The city guard have been paid, if that's what you're implying.
All the more reason for them to run.
Well, you are free to leave, Lord Minister.
Markets abandoned, warehouses aflame, blackened hulls choking every port in the capital. Canva is ruined.
The realm teeters on the brink of chaos, and all you can think about is commerce!
Forgive us! We were not aware Dhalmekia now subsisted on charity!
Quite.
How dare you!
Distinguished members of the Council, you must forgive His Majesty this intrusion.
What is the meaning of this?
A trifle crowded, but I fear it will have to serve, my liege.
Very well.
My colleagues, do you not see? The King! He has come to save us from the Akashic! He is a gift from the heavens, divine intervention, our very salvation.
And of course, if it is compensation he requires, we would be most willing to negotiate a fair price for services rendered.
Fools! Your ignorance unbecomes you.
Your Majesty, correct me if I'm wrong, but I would swear that the fiends washing the cobbles of Canva with the blood of her citizens wear the colors of Waloed. Ha! So you do not deny it. Guards, fetter them, and see our guests to the dungeons!
Enough. Pathetic creatures. That you should imagine yourselves worthy of salvation. The girl is still here, somewhere in the city. Her consciousness fair dripping with her late father's hubris. A consciousness to which Mythos is inextricably bound and inexorably drawn. See that he is made welcome.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Come, Mythos. Surely the prince's light cannot have sated you.
So then, how long has Waloed been under Ultima's control?
How long indeed? Based on what we know of Barnabas's actions, I would guess some few years, mayhap more.
But to what end? What does Ultima want?
The tapestry. Show them.
By the flames.
Phoenix Gate, Drake's Breath, and now here. But what is it?
It is old, ancient, even. Naught remains of the faith it represents, save what can be gleaned from the image itself. None could tell me what the one in the apothecary meant, even the Undying. But I believe it may be the key to discerning Ultima's purpose. That figure in the center, the one beneath whom the icons congregate, that I believe to be Ultima. He is a god, or at least godlike, his very existence beyond our ken. The icons, and by extension their dominants, are meant to be his subjects, and while some, like Barnabas, have accepted this role, others have rejected it, like you, Clive, which is rather inconvenient, as it appears he needs you most of all. And gods don't like to be disobeyed.
No, I don't suppose they do.
Clive, may I tell Yote of the lake?
By all means.
Yote, I will be accompanying my brother to the Free Cities. Whilst we are afield, I would have you watch over those Clive has made his wards. Umielos delan tuisag ilith. Though well concealed, the hideaway lacks trained fighters to defend its occupants should they be discovered.
But it is my duty to...
As it has ever been my brother's duty, remember.
If that is your wish, Your Grace. But please be safe. If aught were to befall you,
You have my word.
Farewell, my lord, my lady.
We are in your debt, Yote.
Let's find our friends.
It's plain she cares for you very deeply.
And I her, which is why I had to let her go.
Opportunity beckons. Who among you... Is that blade for hire, perchance?
Figuratively, I...
Well, a passing caravan carried with it a rumor most fortuitous for one in my... Dread Evis are aggressive beasts. Compelled as they are to acts of violence, few survive to maturity. But those...
A hide you want to sell?
Eventually, yes. Though I would have it tanned first that it might be crafted into marvel. Dread Evis skin is a rare thing indeed. But the worked hide, bring me that beast's skin and I will share with you...
All right. I'll hunt your Evis.
Of course you will. Leave Tabor through the east gate, but take the path that branches west. Once you reach the checkpoint at Tovani, you are a mere stone's throw from the fields of Karatha. I eagerly await your safe, and above all, triumphant return.
Beneath the flood, yes.
How are those new boots treating you?
Finally. Hello.
Is something wrong?
At the university, the students would hang on my every word.
The university?
A specialist in ancient cultures, the most accomplished in all Valisthea. In my heyday, no obstacle could have kept me from my studies. The answers I seek lying. Just would you do an old man a kindness and brave the
Climb the stairs and...
And memorize a few some courteous soul is rumored to have carved... three of them, to be precise. One each to the north, south. I'm here in the hope that those carvings might shed light on a riddle. Namely, the otherwise undocumented origins of Tabor's unique people. People quite unlike those.
I can't promise I'll remember everything.
Remember what you can. I'll piece together the rest.
Beneath the flood, yes.
Well...
Cyril. How fares the search?
Well, Your Grace, my report shall be with you ere long.
Ah, yes. Yote is otherwise engaged, at my behest.
And the duty of wardenship?
Fulfilled. For as you see, I've been reunited with my first shield.
I am Cyril, Knight of the Undying and bearer of the Burning Quill, charged with chronicling the mortal deeds of His Grace, Joshua Rosfield, Keeper of the Flame of the Phoenix, and rightful Archduke of Rosaria.
I entrusted Cyril here with overseeing the investigation into Ultima's origins. Findings from his brothers and sisters afield are delivered here to be collated and catalogued.
Just how many Undying are there?
Not nearly enough, milady. Yet we are glad to give our all in service to the Phoenix. Such is, and has ever been, our creed.
I see.
You have your associates, I have mine. But you may now think of them as ours. That won't be a problem, will it?
The Phoenix is our sun, and we but the shadows that quicken in his radiance. It is from the darkness that we serve, both him and now you. Pray accept this token. For as long as you bear it, members of our order will reveal themselves unto you. If there is nothing further.
No. You are...
Your Grace.
To Canva, then?
We'll talk about this later. Cyril seemed very, You certainly keep strange bedfellows, Joshua.
Beneath the flood, yes.
How are those new boots treating you?
If it wasn't for those domed roofs protecting the stones from the elements, the truth of Tabor's history would have been lost centuries ago.
The bandits may be known, but look what they've left us.
It shouldn't be too hard to find goods.
The gentlemen of the town guard are astride.
The finest sellswords.
Could be I know something more.
Clive, listen! I found someone who says he's heard the rumours about Nan.
Have you?
Go on. Tell him what you told me.
All right. It's like I said. A wizened old crone by the name of Karen's been selling steel to whoever'll pay her price. Says the more swords and spears she puts in people's hands, the more war being waged. And who will they all turn? Why, the good...
And you've seen this reap...
Aye, just so. You'll find her right here, plying her trade...
Here in Delamil. Where exactly?
She has a stall here in the market, but if you're not the patient type, you can probably... But it'd be a bolder man than me that braved that Feeling bold, traveller? Now, if that's all...
Sorry to...
You don't think Nan...
Not unless she's discovered the secret of how to be in two...
Eh?
Lady Karen hasn't left the hideaway in weeks.
Good question.
And I'll visit this storehouse.
All right.
You too, Goots.
The gentlemen of the town guard are a strapping.
What a mess.
You fought very bravely. The safety of the town is in our hands.
Time to brave the Viper's Nest.
Just you, is it? Thought I might have laid it on a bit thick.
It was a fairly unconvincing tale. So, what now?
That's up to you. Die a slow death, boys. He's all yours. But that sword is mine.
Now, we could pretend this didn't happen.
Oh, you've done it now.
Go on. Tell me what I've done.
When the Borgwyn finds out you've killed his men, he only wanted that bull of a manservant, the dim one always clinging to Karen's skirts. You weren't even supposed to be here.
What were you going to do to him?
The Borgwyn wanted him to get to Karen. I was only supposed to point the lamp in the right direction once he arrived in... But then you turned up, well...
You're not worth the effort.
Fucking coward!
I need to find Goots.
Get your filthy paws off me, you naughty-pated lout!
Stop calling me names! And stop spreading them horrible
Well, that will be... For they are not lies. Every last word is true.
Lord!
Goose.
He's gonna kill Nan! He said she had to pay in blood!
After what she did, it is only right. She ruined that loathsome harpy's very existence as a crime. Goots, was it? Only with your... Run along now.
No.
No?
I don't care what she did. Promise me you won't, or I'll kill you myself!
Goots, no.
Enough, all of you!
But how did you?
You're a sight less clever than you think you are, the pair of you. Did you think I wouldn't notice the two of you slinking off together? Well, the whole thing got me thinking, who in Dalamil might bear me a grudge? And a certain snivelling shit I ran afoul of in my fairy years came to mind. Though it was just Bogan back then. I thought the years might have taught you some sense. But I see you're the same pants-pissing craven. What was it we called you?
You bitch! Everything that happened, it was all your fault! And now you'll finally pay...
Goose, you...
If you want a piece of Nan, you'll have to go through me.
Fuck!
You great galoot. Out of the way, I can handle it. So, wet legs. You remember what you told me when we last met? An eye for an eye. Wise words, Sam. Wise words. And now, it's time to collect. Sorry to keep you waiting.
Is he...
Dead? It isn't easy going through life one eye short of a pair. After all, I should know.
You don't mean...
Oh, don't tell me you didn't notice. Lost it to old Wet Legs back when we were working the same routes. Said I'd stolen from his strongbox. I'd done nothing of the sort, mind. But that didn't, so took some of my own. Sorry, lost everything. His coin, his clients. But he crossed a line, dragging pub. He didn't hurt you, did he?
No, Nan. Still but...
What if he does? First we take the other eye, then we work our way down. But something tells me the wet... Right. Let's get you back to the hideaway. You've attracted quite enough
Remind me never to cross you, Karen.
Fate seemed bent on driving me from my inn.
My lord Marquis, it is you. I am Sebastian...
Of course.
Yes, my lord.
And what was so sensitive that you could...
1,000 apologies, my lord.
It's all right.
I am here at Martha's tasked with learning what I am able of the realms, and what I have learned is grim. The fall of the Mother Christ, the subsequent darkening of the heavens, has only made things worse. Akashic attacks, once the gears of governance have ground to a halt. The realm threatens to drift. Your lord, uncle, however, believe...
That sounds like...
It is. Hence my having enlisted the aid of several colleagues serving the...
Alas.
I have lost contact. They are both able-bodied and trained in the sword. Yet in these dark times, even that may not prove so.
So you want me to... I'll need to know where they were.
One I sent to investigate the Republic. The other...
That doesn't exactly narrow it down.
Thank you, my lord. I...
There were ghosts at the gates not days ago, and now you'd have us believe they're just gone.
I would. And I'd thank you to trust us.
You needn't fret. The creatures...
To the meadows, then.
Said I should be able to find what I'm looking for somewhere nearby. Bright blue dragons and bright yellow flowers. Should be easy enough to spot. This must be our wyvern. All right. Let's get this over with. That's the wyvern's liver. Now I just need to find the herbs. Bright yellow with a heady scent. I think that's everything Molly needs to resurrect her recipe. Better head back. It's not going to be easy finding one man in an entire republic. Let's hope someone here's seen something.
Mummy?
The gentleman of the town guard.
Let's go.
Faster!
Someone's got himself in trouble.
So you can start by giving...
I already...
Then maybe...
Please!
I'll deal with this.
Thank you.
You that one's master, then? If you...
Or you can go back to your garrison.
Oh, you're... He hasn't had many visitors.
I'd expect as much from Hugo's faithful, but...
Much has changed in the Republic.
You've seen this kind of thing before?
Many times. I was...
You're one of Rutherford's men. He sent me to look for...
Well, then you have my thanks. I fancy I could defend myself against one. Perhaps I arrived in Dalimil several days ago, but when I called upon the captain of the local... His men confiscated my effects and locked...
The captain is no more.
Fortunately, I was able to bribe my way free. Only to be stopped again by those soldiers.
What of the fists? Surely they wouldn't allow such lawlessness amongst their ranks.
I would imagine they are unaware of it. Most of the army has fallen back to the capital and hunkered down behind her walls. Those who weren't recalled now rule the fringes unchecked, answering to no one but themselves.
Then it's worse than him. You should return to Rosaria.
I'll find a caravan. You won't mind if I...
Not at all. Now, to find this second associate of Rutherford's. If he was bound for Oriflamme, I'll start at Northreach and see if I can pick up his trail. Come on. Straight home now. Stay down! Looks like there's still plenty of fight in him yet. Nice try.
Bahamut! 'Cause 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 'cause
better.
Seems the hideaway's lost its...
So, did you have that word with Tomes then?
I did, and he was as helpful as ever. He told me exactly where to look, in fact.
And what precisely will I be cooking up?
Blueback wyvern liver. And...
Ah, wyvern livers, was it? What? Now then, you stay right where... Let's hope these grand old chefs of yore knew what... And here we have it. Fried mortress of skyworm. Ivan's offered to make sure it's fit for consumption. Well, I say offered. He as good as begged.
And rightly so. Is there any higher honour than partaking in a slice of culinary his...
So...
What witchery is this? The crackle of the crust gives way to an almost violent richness. Yet it is the piquant kiss of the saint's bonnet that it is a tour de force. A force of nature, even. A maelstrom of...
I think he likes it.
Well, I can't quite tell with all that nonsense he's talking.
Decent. It's remarkable.
Sid, might I suggest that you command a party of your finest men and women to procure a dozen...
I'll give it some thought.
Nothing like a dish of cold vengeance to foul.
I didn't mean. I just thought
Aye, well, someone had to. Your parents reckon the both of us would be worse off if I'd not taken you on. You've always been me right eye, and I'd have you stay that way. So don't you dare go looking for trouble again.
Well, I will. If you ever need help, I'll do it again and again. And you can't...
Why, you big lump. Fine. Play...
Thanks,
There's nothing he wouldn't do for you.
That's as maybe. But if he's ever to make his own way in life, he'll need to start looking out for himself as well. Till then, he'll need people to watch his back, just like you did in Dalamil.
Of course. His family.
Stop it. You make me one good eye, mister. I don't go thinking that'll do you any favours. A potion today'll cost you the same as it did. Let me tell you a story.
All right.
Them rumours wet legs were spreading. Might be they weren't just tales plucked out of thin air. You see, there were a time when I weren't too particular about who I sold steel to, so long as they paid me the right price. Some women lust after blood, others after flesh, but me, I were always one for gold. And to satisfy that lust, I sold to opposing armies, stabbed my every client in the back, made myself the most hated woman in the twins. But then one day, One day I met a man who made me a different kind of offer. Said he'd give me access to a realm-wide community of like-minded individuals in constant need of steel and sundries. On the condition I sold to him and his alone.
Was that the first time you met Sid?
Aye. And I fell right into his damn trap. He was true to his word, so I ended up being true to mine. And I soon started making the best profits I've seen since taking up the trade. And all without aiding or abetting any outlaws. Except Sid himself, that is. Told me about his plan to topple the mother crystals, you know. Said that with them gone, the realm would want for all manner of things. An opportunity for the likes of me to mint gil. Why, I reckon an enterprising individual could find himself the richest dam in the Twins. And that's when he had me. I emptied my stores that day and moved into the Hideaway proper. And the rest, as they say, is ancient bloody history. A dozen years on, and I'm still not the richest dam. Not for lack of trying, mind. But I can say that I have never been happier. You've all shown me there are some things more precious than gil.
That there are.
So don't you go messing it all up. Or you'll have me to answer to. Still alive, are you? Coin purse weighing you down? It'd better all be here. Finished, are you?
Did you see the pair that got hauled into tires?
Did you see that? Tell me you saw
that. Oh, I wasn't expecting you back, sir. Here you are. All done?
Back again?
How may I help you today? Of course. Here you are. Very good.
There's a lot of road between here and the capital. Rutherford's man could be anywhere. What happened here?
If you're with the... They've already relieved me.
I'm not. I'm looking for...
Then you found him. I'm Alistair Rockford. A
of the 7 high houses of Rosaria. It's been... a lot. Is she well?
My Lord Marquis? Yes. Yes, she is. I was on my way back from the old capital when I saw some village...
bandits.
They looked more like field hands. It didn't matter in the end. I did what I could to help the victims.
Which way did they go?
South.
All right. Founder knows I've met enough of their kind. You head back to Northreach. Visit the Vale. Tell them I sent you.
Thank you. I shall.
They just couldn't resist, could they?
This one's ours, pretty boy.
Nice try. Glad you're here. Make for the town while you can.
You don't need to tell me twice.
This looks to be all of them.
I thought I told you to make for the Vale.
And stand by as ill might befall the heir to the ducal throne.
It's just Clive. Which is more than can be said for...
I will survive.
Strange that the garrison wouldn't intervene in such a brazen attack so close.
The garrison have their hands full inside the city. There are few hands left to work the fields, and even fewer to transport them. The market stalls are nearly bare, and the price for what remains is exorbitant. It's not uncommon to see... When I said the ones who attacked me didn't have the look of bandits...
Rockford, if you are to continue your investment, you first need to seek the attention...
I shall return to North, but allow me to thank...
Don't thank me.
I suppose he'll be wandering round. I shall send a Bistolus as soon as...
My uncle certainly has his work cut out for him. I should go and tell Rutherford that his colleagues are still in one piece. I see you're still...
The Rest's location affords a constant flow of traders, and speaking of which, I received word from both my associates. They have resumed their investigation.
I only happened to be in the right place at the right time. They both seem to think the realm's
I am afraid that Grim Storm is in crisis, and if we are to... And we must work...
As it is mine. Here's your hide.
I worried you might never... Oh, as supple as a maiden. Clearly, my trust in you was not misplaced. Join me as my honored partner. With my means and your might...
I don't plan on making a habit of this.
Very well. Though do not allow me to keep you from being about your business.
Here's the scraps you were after.
Thanks.
What golden plains might the wanderers have called home, I wonder? Farmers must have settled here in Tabor.
How are those new boots treating you?
No history would be complete without mention of the mother crystals. I should speak to the old scholar before I forget everything I've read.
Scholarly sorts like him always are, aren't they?
The engravings were in good repair,
Oh, what that I could have... come, don't tease me now. Let's start with the
Guardians of the Crystal. I'm pretty...
Fascinating. It would seem the founders of this city would... But whatever could have driven the Guardians so far from the engraved...
Wanderers of the Golden Plains, or...
No doubt you're right. There are vestiges of nomadic... This is proving
Children of... That can't be right, surely.
I'd rather suspect...
Children of the Hunters, that's all three.
And so, we add 3 engravings. 1 Guardians of the Mother Crystal, little wonder it was so different. Nonetheless...
Too many stairs.
Ha!
Good girl. Run like the wind. straight home now. This beast isn't to be trifled with.
The free cities and
Are you sure this is the right way, brother?
Shouldn't have messed with the leader of the pack, eh, boy?
Ready, go?
Orcs. Then let us be rid of them.
Too slow. Enough of you, are there?
Clive. Smoke.
Is the city fallen?
The free men are still holding their own, then.
Do we have any idea where Gav and the others might be?
There's a warehouse near the docks where we agreed to meet if there was any trouble. We should hurry.
we're going to do this, we'll need...
Clive, it just so happens that right at this very moment, we're in need of someone...
And what talents would those be?
Why, your fearlessness and your skill...
I'm listening.
Well, as I'm sure you're aware, when these dark skies swept over the Republic, so too did a wave of... Randalar has been particularly badly affected. Many of the capital's bearers have lost their masters, or none remain free for long, of course. Most find themselves under the protection of the Fist before they get far. But the army too is in disarray, and finds itself unable to provide for its new charges, which means it has been looking to sell.
And you've been looking to buy, to make sure these masterless bearers remain...
Precisely. It's the perfect opportunity to free dozens more, and for an attractive price.
So where does my skill with a blade come in?
Though we may have the funds to buy these bearers, we've been searching for a place where they can be resettled. Somewhere far from the prying eyes of those who would see them and we believe we have found one. Cashlock. A small hamlet hidden in a canyon. The place was abandoned a long time ago, but when the men moved out, the beasts moved in.
And so we seek the aid of a fearless swordsman to encourage...
How could I refuse?
Excellent. Theo, if you wouldn't mind making arrangements for the transportation.
Of course.
Sounds like you'll have your work cut out.
I will. We have an entire village to stock and furnish. Even if I begin right now, I'll be... So I'd better try to clear the place out before the wagons...
I'll do my best.
You will find a village in Chedra's Thread, past Leitney's Cleft. My man...
All right.
I'm sure you won't... Must have been a nice place once.
Will be again.
enough!
I think that's the last of them.
I think you're right. Let's head back to Boklat. Something the matter, Theodore? Quiet.
Those are our terms. I
shall.
Him again.
Someone you know?
Yes. But enough about him.
It's done.
You made quick work of it.
I should go and let Ella...
Don't let me keep... but Clive, don't tell her. She'll only get upset. I'll explain everything once you've finished.
All right. Eloise, I just got back from...
Thank you, Clark. Here. Well then, now that you have... I suppose we'd better... The first thing we'll need to do is make sure our offer for the bearers is accepted.
You're still in negotiation?
We are. A trusted colleague has been dealing with the Fist on our behalf. But things have... I suppose it's to be expected. This is the army. But we shall emerge victorious.
Well...
I'm not sure I do.
Ah,
you wanted to...
The man I was watching earlier, the one speaking to me. He represents the Silver Peak Consortium. It's...
I don't think I've heard...
Well, every trader in Dharmekia has. They operate across the length and breadth of the Republic. And they're still expanding. They've been trying to get Eloise to join their ranks for some time now. And judging by her reaction earlier, I'd say she had half a mind to accept their latest offer.
And you'd rather she didn't?
I would rather she did what makes her happy. And I would never deny her such an opportunity. Eloise saved me from slavery. And we have striven to save others like me ever since. But this was not the life my sister wanted, nor the one she deserves. I won't let her give up on her dreams again for my sake. She freed me from my bonds. And she must be freed from hers in turn.
You're a good man, Theo.
I have always been grateful for what my sister did for me, and I want to repay the favor by letting her live her own life. But each time an opportunity to do just that arises, she turns it down. For my sake.
She loves...
And I love her. Which is why I want this time to be different. Just though I'm sure I'll still need some help from time to...
Always.
Thank you, Clive. Well then, these bearers aren't going... That's a job for...
I'll be taking you all to a storehouse in the Bales. Leave anything you don't need behind.
You know what you have to do. Clive, as you know, our time grows short. The Lord Chief, before we part, I want you to know that Though I may not always have been your most vocal ally, I trust you, as I trusted your predecessor.
Thank you. I appreciate the sentiment, and I understand more than anyone how you feel. But is revenge really the answer?
It is the one I found, and it is all that I have lived for since that day.
But what of Lostwing? Everything you've built.
I built Lostwing to achieve this aim. Once it is done, the village will have served its purpose. My comrades and I are sure of our cause, and we shall fight to the last, come what may. But there are those among us who cannot fight. Children, the elderly, bearers afflicted by the curse. I would place Lostwing in their hands, if I thought it would do them any good. But a village home only to the frail and the infirm is not likely to stay a safe haven for long. And so, Clive, I find myself turning to you once more. Will you take them to your hideaway, that they might live even should Lostwing die?
I will.
Thank you. I will not have it said that I did not see to the well-being of those who rallied to my cause. The people I speak of have withdrawn to Gotan's Bales, away from danger in case the Black Shields strike.
Understood. I'll make sure they get to the hideaway safely.
Then the last of my preparations are complete. Fare you well, Clive. And may Griga guide us. All of us.
Come then, brother. We are awaited in Gotan's Bales.
Everyone. Quinton, you can no longer guarantee your protection, but I can. There's a safe place I can take you to.
Well, if that's what the Master thinks best. Sid, none of us would be standing here today if it weren't for Master Quinton. We owe him our lives. So we ain't... If he's saying we ain't safe in Lostwing no more, it's 'cause he ain't coming back. And if that's what has to happen, then so be it. That we get to see
I hope so too.
Oi! You lot! Where's everyone else? They ain't all...
They've gone with Master Quinton.
Fuck! Fuck! Fuck!
What's wrong?
I've just come from the Justice's manor. We have to get Quinton to call off the attack. It ain't just the Black Shields protecting the place. He's got a guard dog and all... They don't stand a chance against that thing. If I don't, they're all gonna fucking die.
We can... Sid! Don't worry about us. We can't let Quinton die.
All right. Where is this manor?
It's way over to the east, through the woods.
Promise us, Sid.
Clive, look.
No. Don't tell me we're too late. Quentin, are you all right?
No. But I am alive. Which is more than I can say for my... They followed me, without question, all the way here.
This must be the guard dog. Quentin. I'll hold it off. You go.
But...
Your comrades didn't die for nothing. Don't let their sacrifice be...
I won't.
Come on, then.
That is no more guard dog.
No. There's just another piece that needs to be worked out. If only we'd arrived earlier. Is it over?
It is. He wept and begged for mercy. And I cut him from ear to ear. Just as I dreamed of doing all these years. All my plans. Building a haven in Lostwing. Freeing bearers from their chains, and it was all for this. But what is this? My faithful comrades. All those lives lost.
Quentin.
Master Quentin! Oh.
You.
And so are you. It's Lostwing.
What? Lostwing. My Lostwing.
And look who's here.
They must have stolen in after we left, just before the flood struck. What if there are still people in there?
Don't be a fool! Damn it. Quentin's not going to last long in there.
Then we finish this quickly.
out of here! Flames! I need to get back to Quentin. Quentin! Quentin! Look at me! Thank the Founder. He hasn't turned. I'm going to get you... Welcome back to the land of the living.
Is Lostwing?
The flood has filled the valley.
I see. Then all is at an end. A strange way to achieve...
No, Master Quentin.
Why? All that I strove for is gone. I have nothing left to live.
What the heck are you on about? You've got us, ain't you? Don't try telling me you only freed us so you could get revenge. We're more...
I thought you weren't coming back, but I prayed, and you did. Can't we just go back to how it was?
Your work ain't over yet. We believed that you were the right man to lead us, and we...
Your village may be lost, but it seems your people are, so long as you remain to guide them.
But why? Why would anyone...
Because we're family.
Family?
Yeah. And all our comrades who went with you, they... Lostwing weren't just a village.
It was.
We can start again. Build a new Lostwing, right?
A fresh start. One life ends. Why just a village? What's to stop it?
That's the master.
Please. I am nobody's master. Quentin will, after all. Permit me to withdraw my request. I will no longer be needing your help in looking after my people.
I'll pretend you never asked.
But you must be rewarded for your efforts on our behalf.
A bottle or two of your finest red will suffice.
Of course. And I have a feeling that this year's... If you don't mind waiting...
I look forward to it.